Hello, and welcome to the demonstration for RPI's Yoga Link. Yoga Link is a browser extension meant to integrate web-based ERPs with web-based ECM clients. Yoga Link has two major pieces of functionality. Number one is to scrape information from your ERP and apply that information to document index information in your ECM client. Number two is to scrape information from your ERP and perform a lookup into your ECM client to find and retrieve documents. First, I'm going to demonstrate these two pieces of functionality, then I'm going to show a bit about how it works. What you see on the screen are two things. On the left is a document open in workflow in RPI's Yoga Docs, a front end for Perceptive content. I have an invoice document open ready for keying into my ERP. On the right, you see a basic invoice entry screen in our Lawson sandbox environment. For the sake of this demonstration, I've already keyed in the necessary invoice information, including vendor, invoice number, and amount. To scrape the data from my Lawson screen and apply it to my document, I simply hit the keyboard keys Alt and L at the same time. You will notice the information quickly transposed over into the respective fields in Yoga. You see vendor ID, invoice number, vendor name, and other information. Then I can route the document onto the next step in the process and move on. Now, a day later, I as an AP clerk am viewing this invoice record inside of Lawson and want to find the associated image. I can simply execute Alt plus S on my keyboard, and Yoga Link will launch another browser tab and perform a search for this record. You can see it automatically retrieves the invoice image and displays it for me, and I can review index information or eForm content. Now, a little bit about how this works. Yoga Link dives directly into the HTML in the browser to fetch the necessary information. Mapping the fields can be done by using the inspection built into the browser's development tools. In front of me, I have another invoice open in Yoga, and a slightly different invoice entry screen that has not been trained yet. I'm going to map the company field from Lawson to Yoga. First, I need to know what the field ID is for company in Lawson. I right-click and inspect. Navigate the page's HTML tree to where the company field is highlighted. I need to note the field ID, in this case _F8. I then perform the same steps in Yoga. Here I can inspect the field directly. Yoga is very straightforward in that fields 1 through 5 have the same ID, and the custom properties use the custom property unique ID from Perceptive content. I then open the extension, give it a new unique name, save the configuration, and I find that the ID of the field in Lawson on the left side, F8, and I specify the ID of the target field under target field. This is field 1. I'm going to save again, close it, reopen it to verify that my configuration saved, and now if I close my developer tools in both windows, I will enter the company ID, 1, in Lawson, and I should be able to test using the Alt plus L key. You'll see that 1 mapped over into the company field in Yoga. Now, if I would like to configure a document lookup based on this information, I can open the extension again, paste in the base URL. The syntax for this is different from system to system. Here I have the base URL for Yoga. And then further down, I would enter the URL parameter that we want to insert into that URL string from the field in Lawson. In this case, I know that it is field 1. I'll save the configuration again and test the functionality using the Alt plus S key. You can see that it opens a new Yoga tab executing the search. Since all I had was the company field 1 value, it found all documents that matched that search. And if you see, it constructed the URL in the browser based on that field 1 value. Of course, Yoga Link does work with other ECM clients and other ERPs, whether you're using Lawson, PeopleSoft, JD Edwards, Dynamics 365 for your ERP, or Yoga Docs, Experience, OnBase Web Client, or Kofax KTA. Yoga Link can be configured with your system. Thank you.